Is it going? Oh.
La maudite déviée chaud.
I have seen the dark shadows moving in the woods, and I have no doubt that whatever I have resurrected through this book is sure to come calling for me.
David, you look absolutely terrific, honestly. You've got like glue on.
This is where the worst begins. This is where we must stop. For beyond is the work of madness. The nightmare of insane murder and lingering death.
Get inside and lock your doors. Close your windows.
Someone is watching you. Someone is waiting for you. Someone wants to scare you to death.
This is Albert from the Tuesday Show. You're listening to the goddamn Dave Hill Show, now on a flipping Monday.
I get it. I'm an angel witch. Anyway, hi, how are you? I'm incredible. Thanks so much for asking. I don't know where I'm looking. It's weird with the video component because I can see you, Des. But I'm trying to address the listener first before I say hello to you.
I am you.
How are you doing, Des?
I'm doing great. You got a new background there, Dave.
I do, not to brag,
Mixing it
but
up.
the room that I normally do the show in is not air conditioned, and it's really hot today. And I decided to luxuriate and move to a room with air conditioning, despite it not having a map of the world behind me. And now I look like I'm just in a kitchen somewhere, which I
You do
literally
look a little
am.
more comfortable.
I might have to. I do. Hang on, I'm gonna remove this. Hang on. Wait. Hang on. Bear with me.
Dave is adjusting his garb for the show. No longer in need of the hockey jersey. He's in the.
That's the problem. Then it's finding the sweet spot.
Kind of a matching t-shirt underneath.
I got this shirt. This is what's basically happening. If people are listening in the podcast format, they won't see the intense visuals. But what happens basically during the pandemic, I just so I have some excitement, I ordered t-shirts way too often because I'm trying not to spend a lot of money because I'm not really making any money.
Right.
But I order a shirt every once in a while and they show up in the mail. And usually what happens is I'll have a couple drinks and then I'll pull the trigger on a shirt that I absolutely don't need. I should say, Jesse Reyes, am I saying that right? Asks if Chris is on vacation tonight. We should have addressed this right out of the gate. Chris, yeah, I don't know. I'm not entirely sure. I have a vague notion of what he might be doing. I think I know what he's doing, but he couldn't be here. Clearly, he had something really important to do. But aside from me missing his boy criminal face, I also noticed no background music because Chris.
There's that.
I don't even know how to do that. Chris knows how to do it. I don't know how to do it. And now I feel naked without it. You know?
I might have a shot at doing something.
Yeah, see if you can get it going. Let's give the phone number out, by the way. 347-474-0260. That's 347-474-0260. That's 347-474-0260. And Des, just tell me if someone's calling.
You want me to just throw it on? I'll just throw it on.
Let's just throw it on. We don't need to use any code.
Give me a second to make the necessary throw it right on connection. Hold on.
And tonight, originally, what happened was I thought I had one guest lineup, and then that fell through. I say that not to turn them into an object, but not to give away who it was. Mm-hmm. But and then I talked. Where did you go? Where did Des go? Now my face is all big, and it's freaking me out. We lost Des. Oh well, I guess it's just me now, and I can't take calls until Des comes back. This is just basically now me just talking. Hello, Jane Summerfield. And me just saying, oh, here's Des. Here's Des is back. Here he is.
Sorry about that.
Oh, man, I was freaked out.
Sorry about that, sir.
Yeah, what was it? God, what was I saying before I blacked out?
We're talking about the guests that you had lined up.
And then what I was going to say is then I talked to my buddy Curtis Steigers today. I was driving to the hardware store, not to brag. I decided to go to the hardware store for no reason.
That's
someone can see up my nostrils. Normally I do have I have the computer up a little higher, but now I have it so you can totally see up my nostrils. Maybe I should put it up to a sexy level again to get like a more flattering angle. Let me see if I can do that.
It's an experimental sort of show this evening.
Oh.
We have
aren't they all? Oh, that's better, isn't it?
Yeah, that's
a little more. The angle's a little more flattering. I don't look so hideous.
Professional. You're checking in live with the story from the scene.
Yeah,
we do have a call.
Let's take a call. Well, let me finish my incredible story.
I'm sorry, sir.
And then we'll take the call. 1 second. So I talked to Curtis. I was going to the hardware store because I was like, I'm just gonna go to the hardware store and buy some stuff at the hardware store. I don't give a fuck. And then I was like, hey, you should come on the show tonight. So it's like, all right. So anyway, Curtis is going to come. And you'll see there is no tip jar tonight. But Curtis and I are going to talk about something and then point you in the direction of somewhere where if you want to make a lovely donation tonight, you can to a worthy organization. And by the way, I want to thank all the people who signed up for Maximum Fun to support this show, which is great because we need it. And any help we can get is great. And if you want to support the show, go to MaximumFun.org/join, and that'll be incredible. Anyway, let's take this call like a motherfucker. I'm sorry for swearing so much.
Go for it, Dave. Caller, you there?
Not, right?
Hello.
Who's there? It's someone. I can hear. You can hear my voice.
They got to turn down the. They're here.
Who is it?
Hello.
Do you know who it is?
Hello?
No,
Who's
we haven't
calling?
screened it.
Who's
Hello?
calling? Hello, are you there?
Can you hear me?
Yes, who's calling?
This is Luis. Dave always gets my last name wrong.
Oh, Reese. Wait.
Can you hear me?
Luis Nieves.
Yes.
Yes,
I
this is
just
Luis.
picked my nose.
Oh,
You always
hey,
get my last name wrong.
Is it Nieves?
Hello?
Nieves. Wait, you have to turn down your
Yes,
Facebook.
I have a
and just,
question. So,
Okay.
Dave, I need some rock and roll advice.
okay. What's
Yeah.
the rock and roll question?
Go for it.
Nieves.
Nieves. Is there like a weird, like a...
I can hear him. Can you hear
So,
me?
question
Luis?
for you. What do you think about a guy in his 40s buying and to play rock and roll?
Buying what?
What do you think about that?
Buying
What-
what,
what-
man?
Buying what?
Oh man.
This is highly irregular. I didn't hear what he said he was going to buy, but he said a man in his 40s buying something.
Something, yeah.
Is he on the phone again?
No, there's another one coming through now.
Well,
this is
Luis, I think Dan Wally suggested he's listening to the stream and not his phone, which is the problem. But whatever you're thinking of buying for the purposes of rocking out, it doesn't matter how old you are. You should totally do it because I think playing any instrument is good. It's good for your brain and fun and for your heart and for the world. Maybe not for your neighbors. I mean, I'm a grown ass man and I'm constantly buying instruments and procuring them in various means. Not lately, but generally speaking, back when I used to work, I used to.
they're good to have.
Yeah, they're fun.
I think Louise is back. Are you there? Come on.
What is that? How do we hear the ring now?
Well, we're not screening it as much. Like when it would be
Oh.
three of us, I might have had a little more cover to drop out, and then once
Got it.
it's inside, I can only really take
Anything
all the time.
goes. This is you really see how the sausage is made when Chris isn't around, making the show so slick.
It is a 3-man front for sure.
I want to thank. By what the hell?
It's all falling apart.
What's that? Is this what goes on when Chris isn't around? Jesus.
Seems that way. Caller,
Who's calling?
hello. Oh man.
I mean, I like the ringtone. I'll give you that. I want to thank. I haven't opened these yet, but I got a lovely package from Matt Arnold, who sent all of these hockey cards, and I haven't opened them yet because, I thought it would just create like my life would fall apart. Further. No, I was going to open them in 30 years and they'd be worth $1 million. I'm not, someone's asking if I'm drinking beer. I'm not drinking beer. I'm just drinking water. I might have a beer after the show, depending on how it goes.
Might go before that.
Maybe I might just have one. I have a right. Luis Nieves says it keeps dropping. I was asking about if a grown man in his 40s could pull off playing clear acrylic drums. Oh, totally.
Yeah.
The only thing you shouldn't do as a man of any age is wear skinny jeans. I think anything else is fine. That's fine. Maybe you could wear skinny jeans if you're in the Ramones, but you're not, are you? Nathan Williams says he loves the new Painted Doll song. I forgot to say that. Painted Doll, my band with my buddy Chris Reifert, and of course our friends Erica Osterhout and Tom Bajor play with us as well. We released a new single Friday and a hastily made lyric video that is on YouTube, and it's called "When I Left Home." I wish I should have figured it so we could play it at the top of the show, but I didn't have the foresight.
Can you drop it in now?
I guess I could.
It's your show.
I could. Maybe I'll just force everyone to watch it at one point. Why not? I can
That
do
might be
whatever.
the move.
I can literally do whatever I want.
Welcome
The number once again is 347 474 0260. 347 474 0260. I'm going to see if I can figure out how to do this. I'll upload the video. That would be cool. How futuristic.
You want to give another call a try?
Yeah, why not? I mean, it's not going to work, but we could try. No, it'll work. I have a good feeling. Joel Frost writes he wants to call in, but he says it sounds complicated. It seems complicated. Yeah. I know you've got it sorted out. I blame technology, Des.
Sometimes you miss the shot. Caller, are you there? Hello? No.
What's going on tonight? Is there a full moon?
Caller, are you there?
Or something wrong with the phone? We should invest in something. I don't know what we would invest in, but something.
Hold on. Uh-oh. I got it.
Oh, something's unplugged.
There it is. Caller, are you there? Hello?
This is going great.
It's never been a problem before. You there, caller?
No, don't worry about it. Let's just switch to video calls. I'll put that in
there. Yeah.
I'll put the link if anyone wants to call via video. So I'm really
Dave.
Here we
Wait,
are.
is someone on the phone?
I got you.
Who is it?
Hey, it's Joel.
Joel Frost?
Yes, sir. I didn't. You started to say something about me, but I was switching back and forth on my phone between the show and the phone, and I didn't know what was happening.
Oh, I was saying that you were saying that it was it was complicated to call, but I'm glad you figured it out.
Me too.
Thanks, man.
What's happening? How are you enjoying the pandemic?
I'm loving it. Isn't it wonderful?
It's pretty, it has really a lot of flavors. I'll say that.
I got to tell you a little story. It's something that hopefully it isn't just funny to you and me, but I think it might be funny to your viewers, and feel free to cut me off at any time.
Well, okay, we'll find out.
Yeah. You had Hemda Khalili on your show.
Yes.
Was it last time or the time before?
I think it was at least a couple weeks ago.
Okay.
Time and space eludes me. I think it was like 2 weeks ago.
Okay. Well, so I used to work for a company called the New York Fun Factory in the summer of 1994, and we would go to kids' parties and dress up in costumes. For instance, the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. And
sure.
Hemda and I worked together doing that in the summer of 1994.
Oh, wow. This is why. Which Power Ranger were you?
Well, there was a whole, I don't remember all the details of there's so much to know about the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, Dave, as you might imagine.
Oh, yeah, they're complex.
But yeah, the green one, I think at the time was like the biggest deal. But I would move around. I would wear whichever costume I was given on the day. And so anyway, Hemda and I worked together. And so it was just funny for a couple of weeks ago to watch your show, to listen to your show. And there's, you and I know each other, and we were in a band together and such.
Sure.
And then there's this woman who I haven't seen in years, but worked with dressing up as a Mighty Morphin Power Ranger.
So had you seen her since your Power Ranger days?
No, but here, this will slightly thicken the plot.
Oh boy.
A couple of months ago, just slightly.
No, I like plot thickening.
A couple of months ago, I haven't thought about Hemda in years. I mean, not for any particular reason. It's just we haven't been in touch. But I was in a building in Astoria, buzzing the buzzer of someone I knew in the lobby, and I saw in a different apartment her name. And so apparently she lives in a building here in Astoria, and I hadn't thought of her really much, like I said, for a while. And so this is a couple of months ago, and that led me to just do a quick Google search and discover her podcast and such.
Oh yeah, she is a podcasting empire.
Yeah, and I didn't know about that, so I was like, oh wow, good for her. And then there she is on your show.
So now it's like they come in threes. There'll be a third Hemda thing. So we'll need a follow-up call, Joel.
Yeah, right. Yeah. I have no idea if she'll remember me, but probably, because I doubt that she can expunge from her mind completely the experience of children's parties in 1994.
I feel like when people wear Power Ranger suits together, that's a bond that can't be broken.
Yes.
I would say.
Yeah.
How are you? So you're in Astoria now during all this?
Yeah. I've been here for ever. I was even in Astoria back then, and yeah, that's where I live.
Oh, I know. I'm just saying, like, you didn't go to, like, for the pandemic. You didn't go get like a pandemic bunker somewhere.
The high ground.
Yeah, no, I considered that. There was some thought about taking, as you know, I have a 6-year-old, and there was some thought about taking her far away from here. But at the end of that day, or every day, early on, we just kind of stuck it out, and we're still alive.
Good. That's important. I want you guys to be alive. And I know we got to get Hemda. We'll have a summit with you and Hemda next time.
Okay,
sorting it out.
Good. Yeah, I mean, it'd be nice to say hi to her. Yeah,
I'm excited. I'll tell her that you called in, and I'm excited to hear this connection. This is and then how many Power Rangers were there? 5?
I think 5.
5, but at the time, I think they were adding a different one. I think, if I may, there was the blue, the pink, the red, the green, and then they were adding, but that's only 4. But then they were adding the white Power Ranger, and I didn't watch the show, although maybe I should have for research. But there was something to do with adding the white Power Ranger.
That would be really. It seems like
a big deal.
Seems like that would get dirty so easily. A white Power Rangers.
Were you always the same Power Ranger?
No. Whichever.
We covered this, Des.
Was
we covered this. He was given a suit at the beginning of each time. He never knew.
So, but it was a shared costumes then. That's kind of
that
can get rough. You do get intimate then. I see.
Yeah.
So there.
Yeah, sure. And a little sweaty. I mean, summertime parties in various locations in the 5 boroughs and the greater tri-state area.
It's gonna get rough.
I mean, and anywhere a Power Ranger, that's going to generate excitement in anywhere. Basically, I would argue.
Yeah. I mean, that was the idea. I also occasionally, look, I can't believe I'm telling you this, Dave Hill, but I dressed up as Barney and other characters.
I love that. Well, that seems like a whole other show. But we'll get that story out of you when we have the Hemda Joel Summit. We'll get the Barney story. We got to get ready for Curtis here, who's just shown up in the waiting room and is making annoying faces already. So thanks for calling, Joel, and my best to your family, and I hope you guys please stay safe.
You too, man. Stay safe, and love hearing you doing your show.
Yeah, great to hear your voice, and I'll see you on the other side of this, I hope.
I hope so. Ciao.
All right, see you, man.
Right there.
Excellent. Matt Arnold asked, Dave, is that a Quebec? That's what I was going to say. It is a Quebec Remparts shirt. Quebec Remparts are a hockey team that Guy Lafleur played for before he turned pro, or went into the NHL. And in one of my late night, I just need to spend $20 so something shows up. And I've done this a number of times during the pandemic. But then the official store for this team is shut down or something. I couldn't get it from them. I wanted the official goods.
Sure.
So I ordered it from that Redbubble website.
Okay.
And it's kind of crap, I have to say. It's a crappy shirt.
It's not a good build. It's too thick of the label there.
No, it's just like, that they make these shirts now because people like me get a couple drinks in them and are like, hey, I need this shirt right now. And so they're like, okay. Quiz guy, Danny D says QMJHL. Yes, it is the Quebec, whatever that league is called. But so you can get any shirt you can even think of pretty much. But when it shows up, it's kind of crappy. But it's good enough. It does its job. I'm psyched.
It looks good. It's a strong red for you.
It's putting me in like a slightly better mood than I would be without it, I guess, at least temporarily.
There's a comfort in it.
Yeah, because I like wearing just fun shirts, I guess. Are there any calls we need to grab?
There is. Yeah, I do have one here. Yeah.
And then we'll get Curtis, that son of a bitch, in here.
Caller, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Who's this?
Who's calling?
This is Matt Arnold from Iowa City.
Oh, Matt Arnold from Iowa City. I was just invoking your name in discussion.
The long turfer herd.
The Quebec Remparts. So you know who
you're going to rip the wax, Dave? Rip that wax.
I will. So Matt Arnold sent me, was very kind. I did his the Iowa Idea podcast, and he's very kind to send me all sorts. By the way, if anyone has it in their head to send me stuff, I love getting stuff. I'm a big fan of stuff, and I'm separated from all my stuff right now until I get back to my place in New York. So any stuff that comes my way, I'm super psyched about. But Matt actually went above and beyond, and really, there's all sorts of cool stuff. And I'm opening one pack now of I have a Gary Roberts, Calgary Flames. Oh, that they're fresh cards. You can smell. Oh, these are like old cards, aren't they?
I think they're 91. Are they 91?
Yeah. There's a guy in a Quebec Nordiques jersey. How, if I could say, in like there's Pedal Talk, which we've already, I think, determined is the most alienating form of conversation.
Right.
Where does hockey, minor league hockey, and 1991 hockey NHL cards fit? Where does that rank? I mean, I'm thrilled. There's a Neil Broughton. Like I said, don't open these, and they'll be worth millions of dollars. And I've opened them, and now they're worthless. So, thank you. Thank you for that.
Hockey cards.
No, there's a Neil Broughton. Very exciting.
Is there gum? Mike Greg is telling you to chew the gum.
There isn't any gum, which is
it's
very strange.
I mean, gum not a Canadian thing? I don't know.
No, I mean the NHL. It's not like native to any one country. I don't think.
They have is there a big league chew equivalent for the NHL?
I don't know. I guess I don't know. These are tough questions you're hitting me with.
Trying to rally myself.
Matt, thank you for these cards.
Yeah, you bet.
What's going on in Iowa City?
We got hit with derecho. Have you heard about the derecho storm that cruised through the Midwest?
No.
100 mile per hour straight winds. So I'm calling in tethered to my iPhone, desperately holding on to battery life right now just to be a part of the show.
Oh, thank you. Wait, so you have no power?
No power. In 6 blocks of my house, 3 different trees are down across power lines. So I think it's going to be a while before they get us back on the grid.
Oh man, that's crazy. I would be fully. How long has this been going on?
About 8 hours now.
Oh, I would be. Lord, I would have had sex with everybody by now. That I go fully just end times within 2.5 hours of losing power. Is Lord of the Flies, and then I form like a sex cult and all that stuff. And then, when the power comes back on, I'm like, what? And people are like, Dave, you tried to have sex with me. I'm like, what else was I supposed to do?
Well, I'll check in with the wife after the show and tell her that that was your recommendation to get through these dark times.
I mean, that's a safe place to start with your wife. I mean, I would think that would be no harm, no foul, right? Now, if I were to try to have sex with your wife, that would be, that's a shame on me.
It gets weird.
I don't intend to
until lights come back on.
Should I be in Iowa City and you have me to your home, you have my word. I will not try to have sex with your wife unless the power goes out, in which case I probably will.
You're a true gentleman. I appreciate that.
Oh yeah, from way back. Way back. Way back. Well, thank you. Anything else before
no,
you
I was
go back and
derecho didn't hit your bunker town in Ohio?
No, it's been rainy, I guess, and then it was really hot today.
We had a tropical storm last week. Some trees down.
Oh yeah, it's kind of crazy.
It's been going around.
Nature. But yeah, there's the chat is getting spammed. How do I deal with that? I don't even know.
Come at us from all angles now.
There was some way to get rid of it. I shouldn't be stealing Matt's time with this discussion. There's a spam. I just put it on. Did exactly what they.
You're playing into their desires.
Only because I just don't know what I'm doing. Anyway. Anyway, well, thank you, Matt. I hope you get through this.
Yeah.
I feel like you will.
No, thank you, guys.
I'm confident, and thank you for the hockey cards and all the other very, very lovely gifts that you sent my way. I think
Bowman 91 cards. They're good luck, Dave. They're good luck.
I'm excited about this. Thank you so much.
Right
and
all right,
let me know.
You guys have a great evening.
I'm gonna unwrap the rest of them, but if things get really bad there, I will send one pack back to you.
You pace yourself. Stretch it out.
I promise. All right.
Right on. All right. Cheers, guys. Take care.
Thanks, Matt. Have a great night. Do we have any? Is there any calls? But Curtis just got up.
Not at the moment. No calls.
347-474-0260. That's 347-474-0260. That's 347-474-0260. Where the fuck did Curtis go? The thing that using this futuristic technology that we use, I can see his camera, and he was sitting there. He looked all cleaned up like a jazz cat, like you expect from a jazz cat,
right?
On like high and well dressed. she's ticking the boxes of being a jazz cat.
Yeah, and it's earlier in the day still for him out there.
It is. It's
Idaho,
what
I
is
think,
it?
right?
7:35 in Idaho.
I believe.
Okay.
Still dusk.
So let's get Curtis in here. And then if in the numbers 347-474-0260, everyone call in like crazy. That would mean so much. But let's get Curtis. Here he is, known jazz cat. Curtis, are you ready? Just wave if you're ready. He's waving. He's saying no. He's saying no. What is he?
He's yelling from the
Now I
kitchen.
don't know if he's serious. Oh, he's freaking out. Oh, you can see in his camera. Oh my gosh.
I suppose.
This is what he's freaking out. He's having a meltdown.
Let him flesh it
He's
all
like
out.
Bill O'Reilly at his
He's writing it
peak.
himself.
Yeah, meltdown.
He'll work it out.
This because he's clearly showered. A lot of people are wondering, why did I go to the hardware store? I bought some paint, not to brag.
Got some projects going?
I have a lot of pandemic projects I'm working on.
Nice.
Wait, Cherry Dazzle, that's who we need to hear from. Cherry Dazzle, call in 347-474-0260. That's an actual woman. That would break
a streak. We haven't had a female
if
call.
I mean, I don't know what, I feel like, when I make back in the old days when I used to make public appearances, I feel like it was pretty 50-50 men and women.
Mm-hmm.
But when this show is mostly male calls, what's that about? I don't know. It boggles my mind.
It's just, you can't explain some things.
Is it too much pedal talk?
There's always a potential to veer in, and that'll just flat keep some people away, perhaps. I'm a big fan of pedal talk. I might rank that ahead of minor league hockey talk.
Where are your chickens is the question.
They're out in the yard. They're in the coop for the evening. They put themselves to bed at about 7:30 now, 7:45.
So do they just say like, all right, we've had our chicken fun. We'll try again tomorrow.
Yeah, we're gonna shut it down. Gonna go claim a spot. They might want to make sure they get a good spot on the roost bar.
Oh, really? Bar. It's not like all. Madam Luke says we're here, Dave, and I think when she says we, she means
women.
And then Jane Summerfield, also a woman, says I love pedal talk.
Go.
And then Helen Christie says, Dave, if we can discuss Jane Austen, you might have a few women callers. Now there's in Make It Epic for just women.
They're checking in.
I basically now, like with all this Ellen stuff going on, I see it as like a time to strike for me.
Yeah.
To fill a niche. Or a niche, as I sometimes like to say.
Hit that daytime crap.
I think that'd be cool. Which is not me saying that all the women listening or watching or whatever format. Wait, Madam Luke, call in, and she said she'd be having to call in her COVID-19 test. I had a COVID-19 test at the bus station. No, I'm just kidding.
That's fantastic.
Is Curtis, you ready? He's
thumbs up. Hi.
Oh, you're ready. Oh, there you are. Now you're on the show. Curtis Steigers.
I feel really lucky to be on the show. I feel lucky to just be anywhere with all the problems that I just had.
What you look great. Let's get that out of the way. Curtis Steigers from in Boise, Idaho. Am I saying that right? Boise?
That's right out there, yeah, Boise. Boise. Yeah, you are saying that right. You are.
It's not Boise, like something that is boy-like. It's Boise.
You shouldn't say it that way.
Probably Boise, like a boy's. Anyway.
There's really nothing.
But you're in Mountain Time or Central Time. What time?
I am indeed in Mountain Time, and you are in Eastern Time, even though you're in the Midwest.
I know. Go figure.
That's fucked up.
It's super fucked up.
It bothers me.
It's better here. Don't be jealous.
The fuck out of me. But we make it work. You look great.
It's not like I'm blaming you.
You look
Oh, what's
great.
that?
I have to, this is the difference. You have Dez, not to take anything. Dez looks great. I've looked better, and you look like a professional.
But you're wearing your red hockey.
It came in the mail today.
I mean, Yeah, it's cool. Are you getting me? Am I breaking up as much as you're breaking up?
No, I can hear you fine.
We can hear you. Yes.
Great. I was enjoying the talk about your new red shirt jersey thingy, and it does in fact it makes you pop.
It does. It makes me seem funner than I really am. Like, let's see. Maybe Dave would come over. I don't know. See how that goes. Put on his red shirt,
and then he's like, Dave's the life of the party.
He's super fun. He has a red shirt. I was thinking about it, and I was like, this is my first red shirt. And I was like, no, I think it's actually my fourth red shirt that I've had. And that's just thinking.
So you counted. Once you started thinking, you started
Now
counting.
that I'm thinking about it, I realize I have several, maybe 5 red shirts.
They're probably all good, right?
All pretty good.
Yeah.
All pretty good.
Some of my best shirts have been red.
What's going on? What's going on in Boise, Idaho? Paint me a picture with words.
You're not going to like it, Dave.
What do you mean? I'm not going to like what you're going to say?
Politically, you're not going to like it.
Because of my strong views.
Well, I mean, your crazy views about the idea that people should wear masks. I mean, which is, of course, taking the liberty of certain Idahoans. It's not just a slight inconvenience. It's really the end of liberty as we know it here in Idaho. Can you sense sarcasm on a podcast? Is that
I can sense it. No,
okay.
Yeah, it just upsets me. Like, I think the people that don't wear masks now, they should not be allowed to use oxygen on airplanes. They should not be able to get oxygen. They should be dead. I know.
Just oxygen anywhere.
I keep running into this problem where I wish people dead. And but I went to
the last time I was on the show, you actually said you were going to kill somebody, I think, or someone deserved to be dead. I remember. I don't remember who it was.
And I sort of slowly walked it back a little bit, but then I was like, no, they should.
It has been an every week thing.
Because you're a comedian and you say funny things.
Yeah.
What did you say, Des? I'm sorry.
Kidding.
It has been an every week sort of thing since you've been.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he's been consistent.
I set him off, and he just went.
But the thing is, like today, I went to the hardware store, and there's a sign: masks were required. I'm wearing a mask, of course.
Of course.
And I walk in, and then there's, sure enough, standing in the section of the hardware store that I want to go is some dipshit with no mask. So I picked up one item that I needed, and then I kind of was just sort of standing there, like kind of looking around like I didn't know what was going on. And a guy that worked there is like, "Can I help you with anything?" And I was like, "Yeah, I want to go right where the no mask guy is standing for some fucking reason." And
did you say it just like that?
I did say it like that.
Because you got to know how to talk to people, I think, and that's the way.
Yeah, I was like, I want to go. He was standing by the spray paint, and I wanted to buy spray paint. So I was like, well, I want to go look at spray paint, but the no mask guy is standing there for some fucking reason. And the guy's like,
did you say the no mask guy?
Yeah.
End quote. Like, did you?
I called him the no mask guy.
Yeah. I mean, you actually did him a favor, I think, because you gave him a good nickname.
The no mask guy. And then so I bought a couple things, and I was just like, I'm just gonna get the fuck out of here. And then I went to the grocery store, and everyone was wearing a mask except for 2 people. It was a short guy who, like, I don't want to say he was definitely on steroids, but he clearly a guy. He lifts, like a guy that lifts.
He was a type
and had just jacked, and it was him and his the kind of girlfriend that a guy like that usually has. And
Whoa, wait a minute.
and that
let's
was an
explore
insult to
that.
both of them. And
Go back there.
so neither one of them had masks. And then I'm like, okay, these fuckers. And then when I was leaving, when I was in the parking lot, I saw them loading their car, which of course was a white Hummer.
Oof.
Which is the official vehicle of the bro who lives and doesn't wear a mask.
Of douchey America.
Yeah, it all checks out. It's like he
All
didn't have
he wasn't faking.
no, he didn't have what's it called? What's the Toyota hybrid car? He didn't have one of those.
He didn't have a Prius.
He didn't have a Prius.
Right.
Yeah. Or he didn't have a nice little red Prius.
No.
Like my mom. No.
But it's so
Yeah, you pretty much you called that out. He does have a hard time achieving an erection because of the steroids.
because he works out. But to be fair, so do I, and I don't work out that much. No, I don't. Both of those are lies. Don't have a hard time producing an erection. I'm rock hard right now.
Yes.
And I do work out constantly.
out.
We know this.
Yeah.
That's documented.
Yeah. Well, that's
And I'm completely erect right now. I don't
Speaking of-
I don't mean that in a
speaking of-
sexual way. I just mean it in a way that I'm rock hard.
Yeah. I mean, it's really about blood flow and good solid health. Dave, I'm speaking of none of that, but sort of. I guess your red shirt and it's hockey. And did you see this new documentary about hockey that's on? God, what's it called? It's called.
No, maybe I'll watch it
The
tonight.
Red. It's fantastic. It's called The Red Penguins.
Where is it
Or
on?
Red Penguin.
What's it on?
If I tell you by the end of the show, is that soon enough? It's definitely on the it's on the interwebs. I think maybe we bought it on. I can't remember. I'll let you know.
No, I'll do it right now.
The Penguins.
They're called the Red Penguin. The Red Penguins. It's called.
Yeah, Red Penguin or the Red Penguins, and the Pittsburgh Penguins apparently bought the national hockey team of Russia after the wall went down and the country just tanked. There was no one paying for anything, and it's so good, Dave. You're gonna like.
I'm gonna watch it tonight. I'm gonna watch it.
You care about hockey. I do now, but I didn't really before this. Although I did meet Mario Lemieux once.
What was that like? Mario Lemieux, all-star legend.
Actually, not just once. He used to hang out at Wilson's West Side, which was a restaurant and bar on West 79th Street in New York.
New York.
Back in the day, back in the late 80s.
What do you mean? Like after a game, he would go there?
He must have lived in the neighborhood, and he was a regular at this place.
Wait, why would he live in New York?
Well,
he just had a place.
I think maybe he just had a place. Yeah.
Really?
Are you mad at me?
Like
No,
Tom
it just
Brady
doesn't
had a
seem like.
place.
I could see Tom Brady. Is Tom Brady the one that's married to Giselle?
Oh, that's who it was. It was Tom Brady, not Mario. Just kidding.
See, Mario Lemieux doesn't strike me as a guy who would be like, I'm going to live in New York and just hang out.
Oh no, he's
But what do I know? I don't.
Place.
What do I know? What do I know? Okay, the Red Penguins is on Amazon Prime. We have confirmation. I'm gonna watch it.
It's really fun.
What are you drinking
Tonight, Dave? It's very hot here in Boise, Idaho, and so I combined three things. I combined vodka.
Okay.
Vodka, lemonade, and a little sprig of mint. And you know what I call it?
Vodka lemonade with mint.
With mint, yeah.
Or do you have a name for it? Is it
No. That's
Tigers?
No. What you hit? You got it. You guessed
Vodka
it.
lemonade with mint.
Yeah.
By the way, people listening in the podcast, I realize they may not realize that I can see that Curtis has a drink. And that's why I asked.
Oh.
I don't want people to think that I'm like, hey, what's everyone drinking? Like I'm assuming everyone's drinking. You know,
Well,
I'm a party guy. Don't get me wrong, but that's not.
Are we just on? Are we just audio, or is this?
No,
both? Yeah,
it's live
right.
video now. But when it goes out
okay,
as a podcast, it will be just audio, and people will think I'm some sort of party guy because I was like, hey, Curtis, what are you drinking? Or maybe they
drink
just assume that's how I talk to jazz cats, which I do, to be fair.
I mean, it seems to cut through the distance between us when you do, when you speak my lingo, as we jazz cats say.
Speaking of, I noticed you have your guitar there. Would you be up for favoring us with a song?
Yeah.
You don't have to come out of the gate yet if you don't want.
Well, no, sure. I mean, that's, I could do it. Did the whole thing work out with who are we raising money for tonight?
Well, this is what I mentioned this at the top of the show, that you and I were going to talk tonight about your wife works for a homeless shelter.
Yes.
And I thought we would point. I'm going to pull up your information here.
It's Interfaith Sanctuary, or isn't it?
Interfaithsanctuary.org. It's a great organization. It's a homeless shelter and mental health program and a substance abuse recovery program. And also 2 back to work programs, one of which is a cooking and restaurant skills school. And your wife is
we have been raising funds for Interfaith for 13 or 14 years. We've done I stole the idea for a Christmas show from Glenn Burtnick, great New Jersey.
I would argue that a Christmas show was not entirely.
You don't think it was Glenn Burtnick?
But I think a lot of people have had that idea.
But it was. I used to play it at Glenn Burtnick's Xmas extravaganza at the Bottom Line. Bottom
in
Line.
New York City.
The dearly departed Bottom Line. And I remember sitting on the floor next to Patti Smith and her boyfriend, and Glenn Burtnick would come in every now and then, and Styx was there. It was a very interesting thing where you just gather. It was it was cool. Well, that's Glenn Burtnick who ran that thing, hosted it, etc. Was in Styx. He was the guy they hired to sort of continue to.
Wait,
right.
Glenn
Burtnick was he started as a bass player, ended up being in the guitar chair. He wasn't an original member, Dave. I mean, I get it. I mean, I get what you're going for.
Styx guy.
Not an OG.
It's okay. It's fine to not be an original member. Yeah.
Anyways, I took this idea. We do a thing called the Extreme Holiday Extravaganza because it couldn't be the Xmas Extravaganza because my wife is Jewish, and so it's a holiday show, and we just have like 20, 25 acts a night. I produce the show, she produces the fundraising, and somehow along the way, over the years, she got more and more involved with the shelter, even though she was a marketing person and advertising, but she ended up, she's now the executive director, and she just has revolutionized the place. She's added a recovery, a substance abuse program, and a mental health program. These are things that most overnight shelters just don't have, but she did it. So now we have to raise like twice as much money as we used to, but she's really changing things. Now she's had to break the shelter up into 3 different places because of the pandemic, and they sleep in bunk beds at a shelter, and so she's had to move out the medically fragile and the families, and then they also have a COVID shelter hotel, a wing of a hotel. It's wild. I mean, imagine how hard it is being in a pandemic right now for us. I mean, just like our moods, Dave, and how annoying people are to us, and the masks. And then imagine trying to keep 200 people alive during it, who are all living in bunk beds in one big room. So it's
oh wow.
Yeah, it's wild. So what she did is she created space by moving some of them out. They have a coalition with the city in that regard, but she really needs help. So I realize Boise, Idaho is a long way from where you are, but this is broadcast worldwide, isn't it, Dave?
Yeah, and I think it doesn't matter that it's specific to Boise, Idaho, because it's, we're just looking to help people. So
Yeah. Well, so if you want
people everywhere, so there.
You want to donate right on the homepage of interfaithsanctuary.org. All the stories are there. It's really it's a beautiful place, and my wife Jody is a saint, and I just sing and act like a prick and a prima donna every now and then.
And it works. But someone's asking, yes, just give directly on the site. Go to interfaithsanctuary.org.
Yeah,
maybe next week we can do a virtual tip jar for it. But I thought it would be good to introduce it this week and tell people to go straight to the site, and then we'll keep it going.
Cool. Thank you, David. I appreciate that very much. And I appreciate it so much that I want you to know that I appreciate it by calling you David instead of Dave for a second.
It's fine. Whatever.
I mean, I just feel like it brings us closer. Well, so I wrote this song. That's my big segue. I feel like I'm Mike Douglas. Do you remember Mike Douglas?
Of course.
That's who I want to be.
Can I just say that there's been quite a lot of Styx talk in the chat.
Really?
Turd Farmer 101 says, I lost my virginity to Mr. Rubato. Now that's tricky. Was it to the song or was it to
the actual Mr. Rubato?
New Deal Lois says Styx was the first concert she ever went to.
Were they bitching?
I'm sure they, you don't get to be Styx by not being good at being Styx. You know what I'm saying? Right. It doesn't matter whether someone's a Styx fan or not. I feel like if you went to see Styx in their prime, they would bring an extreme amount of heat and deliver on the promise of being Styx. It's like I went to see I saw Poison open up for Def Leppard a few years ago, and to be fair, I've seen Poison many times, not intentionally, but it's just in the way life works out. But you go, wait.
Oh boy!
Oh Jesus! Whoa!
Oh my gosh! Oh jeez!
Is that blood? Oh no, it's just your red shirt.
It's my red shirt. Still,
I thought you had tuberculosis or something.
No, this kid. I mean, I'm a little concerned. I did go to the hardware store and the grocery store. Anytime I go to the store, I spend a few days assuming that it's over. Yeah. But yeah, I saw Poison a few summers ago, and I was like, you know what? If you like Poison, that was them. They're good at it.
They're good at being Poison, right?
Very good. The best at it, I would say.
And the Leopard.
Oh,
Def Leppard.
Great.
That's a great band, right?
Playing T-ball with the hits all night long.
Better than Poison?
Better than Poison. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh my gosh. Forget it. Don't get me started.
Just making sure.
Oh yeah.
What would you say is better about Def Leppard than Poison if you were just going to be a rock critic for a second?
Oh, I mean, you can't really debate that. I mean, I think Def Leppard, at least their first 3 albums, I mean, are pretty classic hard rock albums, I think.
Well, I know Def Leppard's music, and I don't really know Poison's. My wife, she liked them, so she can sing a song or two. But Def Leppard, I mean, good God, that was Pyromania. That was a great record.
On Through the Night,
High and Dry,
Pyromania. I mean, those 3. Those are great, and then they kind of, broke. Then they turned into more of a pop band. But I mean, those first, if you want to rock out, forget it.
I do actually. I do.
Forget it.
I want to rock out.
Oh my God, forget it.
Let's rock out.
But you were gonna play a song.
Oh yeah. So I wrote this song. Jody was trying to. She was putting a video together of some really lovely images of some of the guests and her staff, and she wanted to use "Imagine," the song "Imagine" by John Lennon.
By John Lennon, sure.
And so you've heard of, he was in a British band, and or English, I think it was English, and Yoko Ono never wrote back. And so at a certain point I said, I don't think Yoko's going to give you. I don't think you're going to hear from her. What's the song?
Emailed her directly.
She emailed her. She sent her a letter.
How do you get Yoko Ono's email address?
No kidding.
Yoko
I don't know.
email.
You know, I mean, my wife.
I bet I could get it actually. Now that I'm thinking about it, I'm like, wait a minute. I'm Dave Hill. I could totally get her email address. It's not.
She follows me on Instagram, so I just message her. She doesn't really. I'm just kidding. I don't really know how Instagram works. Can you, in fact, follow someone on Instagram?
Yeah, you can. Jeez.
I'm so bad at it, man. That's the only way I can talk to you on the interwebs anymore is Instagram, and it's
I know since I'm
doesn't have the pungent, sort of sweaty backroom toughness. That
I have
Twitter thing.
I have a Twitter update.
Oh yeah,
about me being banned from Twitter.
Are you banned from Twitter, Dave?
I'm banned from Twitter.
Wow, what did you must have done something rather
covered this. And I went because one of my bands, Valley Lodge, has a Twitter account that I almost never use. And then today I was like, oh, I needed it for something. And I was like, what's that address again? Or what's the, and I went and that was banned. It was canceled as well. Because it's connected. And I was like, oh shit.
Wow.
They went and they took that down too. Whatever. I don't care.
Big brother.
Anyway, yeah, big brother. I keep interrupting you.
Oh, you do. You really.
The show's over. We got to go.
Come on. This song, I wrote it for Jody to take the place of Imagine. Imagine really didn't work for what she was looking for anyway, but you know, she likes the song a lot, and as do
a lot of people do.
It seems to be.
She's,
it's not like she's an outlier in this particular.
I can't. I mean, if can you hang on a second?
Can I?
Just 1 second. Just
sure.
to give you a sense.
Yes.
Bring up.
Davis Google moment for those listeners.
Oh yeah.
Just bear with me.
He's got googly eyes.
Bear with me. Oh, why isn't it coming up?
It seems that's
okay. Imagine has been played on Spotify 278 million times. Creeping up on 279 million. Just to give you some perspective.
And Spotify has paid the John Lennon estate like $14 and a cold cup of coffee.
Probably about right. I mean, just to for some perspective.
Yeah.
Go by my band Valley Lodge has only been played a little over 3 million times. So, just to give you
that seemed like a humble brag.
I mean, it's just not even close to Imagine. It's not even close.
It's got a little extra time though. You'll get there.
Yeah, I hope
does that song appear anywhere than just on one of your records? Was it ever like licensed or anything?
It's also the theme song to the John Oliver Show. Yeah.
Oh right, you did that, didn't you?
I always forget.
Emmy Award winning.
Were there awards?
You know what? I was not eligible for an Emmy for that because the song was not written for the show specifically. Yeah. So that's how. But
I'm sorry about that.
It has been played on the Emmys.
Ooh,
like many times.
Oof. And for which you get paid because it's on a major network. You get paid every time it gets played.
I don't think I do. I get royalties, but somehow I don't think I've ever gotten like.
If that would be ASCAP or BMI.
I don't think it's like.
I don't think they have to license it for that.
Yeah, they don't give us any money for that. You would think.
Just because you're David Hill.
And pretty much every time it's happened, if I can just keep you from playing your song even longer.
Yeah, sure.
Every time it's happened, for whatever reason, I've always been in Europe, and my phone starts going crazy at about 3 a.m.
Right. Oh my God, I heard your song.
Yeah, and I'm like, I'm in some country right now, so I'm trying to sleep.
Some country. Dutchland.
I'm in Dutch. I was in Berlin once when it happened, not to brag. But wait, no, we gotta let's focus here.
So I wrote this song with a great songwriter, a friend of mine, great friend of mine as well, named David Poe. I've written a bunch of stuff with him, and he's a genius, and you should check out his albums, especially his album God.
Oh, I know him.
God
Not
and the Girl.
personally.
Yeah, but you know his. When I say you, I was sort of talking to the collective.
Everybody, no,
and
millions
Des
of
and
listeners.
all-
No, you're
and
right.
all those
Sure.
people out there in Dave Hill land.
Oh, totally. Yeah.
So we wrote this song, and it's about what she wanted it to be about, as opposed to Imagine, which is the idea that Interfaith Sanctuary, this homeless shelter that you're all donating kindly to
Interfaith sanctuary.org.
.org. Anyone, it's the one shelter in town that anyone can go to. It doesn't matter your sexual orientation, your sobriety, your religion. You don't have to say you love Jesus to get a bed, and at the other ones you do. And that's why we have stuck with raising funds for the shelter for a long time. So we wrote this song about that. It's called "You Are Welcome Here," and I haven't played it in a long time, and I'm probably going to screw it up. So thank you. We are not so different. We've all got hopes and dreams. We've got more in common than it seems. There but for the grace go I. They say it 'cause it's true. When the night is full of fear, the light is on for you. You are welcome here. You are welcome here. No matter where you're from, no matter how you pray, you are welcome here. You are welcome here. Everyone is someone. Every day's a new day. Yeah, a new day. Who do you call family? Where do you call home? When you cannot make it on your own. Till the morning's near again, till the storm is through, till the skies are clear again, the light is on for you. And you are welcome here. You are welcome here. No matter who you love, no matter what they say, you are welcome here. You are welcome here. Every day, everyone is someone. Every day's a new day. You are welcome here. You are welcome here. No matter how you look, no matter who you love, no matter how you pray, you are welcome here. Everyone is someone. Every day's a new day. Yeah, a new day.
Awesome. That's great. I love that.
Thank you. Thank you. That was fun. Key change.
Named,
It's a key change. I made it through the key change almost unscathed.
that's the hardest thing in music. Key change.
Yep. That and press junkets.
Press junket. I love a nice junket.
Junket.
I don't know. Doesn't seem so bad, is it? I guess you get tired of them.
What,
No,
the
no.
teaching
It
or
actually,
or the junket?
if someone would give me a press junket at this point in my career, I would kiss them on the lips.
Oh,
Right?
I love a nice junket.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone in the chat is loving that song.
Yay!
That's
Hooray.
beautiful.
Super.
And someone even said they wept, which I think is I'll just say that's a bit much.
It's going a little far. It's almost like they're showing
It's
off.
going a little far.
Please.
No, I'm
We're
just
making
kidding.
about them.
Weeper, please.
I would weep, but I'm cut off from my emotions, as you know, from our
Surgery.
Medication.
So
Medication,
many
surgery.
reasons, many reasons.
Sure.
Many reasons.
Difficult toilet training when you were young. I know that was a big issue for you. It was pretty violent, the toilet training that you went through.
Oh,
And
yeah.
we talked about that one night when we drank a lot. And anyway, we don't have to talk about it here.
I'm still always looking for opportunity to just be free, and just relieve myself all willy-nilly, just to get back at my parents for my toilet training.
Yeah.
There is, if I can let you in on a little secret.
I would hope you would.
There is, when I go for my killer runs, there's a spot where I know where I can just take a leak right in the middle of town, and I know no one will ever catch me, and I do it all the time just to do it.
This is not in New York City. This is in Ohio.
This is my pandemic bunker, which I temporarily, but I've been known to let loose. You've hung out with me in New York City. I'm free with my body there too.
You are pretty crazy. Because I know a spot. I know a spot on Bleecker Street in some bushes that has saved me not once but twice in the last couple of years, just visiting New York. Because as you know, I live in Boise. Idaho.
Do you
coming into town? You're taking a leak everywhere.
Exactly. I come. I piss. I split. That's.
There was a time though in New York when you could just do that. People just did it all the time, whenever.
Oof, yeah. I mean, at least I was doing it into dirt, so it would soak in.
Back to
I wasn't doing it against a building or something.
Oh, me too. To be fair.
Fair.
Maybe
you don't want to you don't want to leave your mark for too long, but
no.
Anyway, I think this isn't doing us any good as people.
What?
Our reputations.
The conversation about peeing.
Yeah, because
I mean, gosh, this show. I'll be honest, it's problematic in many ways, and this is just one more example. One more example. I have to admit it. James, I think said, "Is there still a call on hold? Or did we lose the call?
Is there somebody?
Oh, are you there?
I am still here.
There she is.
Oh my gosh, it's an actual woman.
I didn't know that you had females who watched or listened to your show.
I became a man, and then I waited.
There are many. I would argue it's probably 50-50, but I think for whatever reason the calls.
Oh yeah.
I think because of my off-putting nature. Let's be honest. But who's calling?
This is Carrie from Brooklyn.
Oh, Carrie! Of course. I couldn't really hear your voice, so I wasn't sure. I had a suspicion.
Can you hear me better now?
I can hear you better now.
Yeah.
How are you doing, Carrie?
Okay. I'm great. I mean, you said call in, and I did, and then I was just like, I was pushed to the side for like 49 minutes.
No,
shit. It hurt. Yeah.
Oof.
Kurt was.
I take the blame. My headphones were acting up. So don't blame David. He's had a rough day. He had to go to the hardware store.
I went to the hardware store.
Yeah. You got hammered.
Ooh, boy.
Boy, wow, she nailed it, didn't she?
Oh boy. Well, we are just about out of time.
Jay, what are you drinking?
I just had some water. I ran out. I gotta get some more one of these days. What's going on in Brooklyn? Paint me a picture with words.
picture with words. You know, it's. I mean, one good thing about the pandemic is biking for me. That's my silver lining. I never would ever ride a bike in New York. That seems crazy and ridiculous.
Why do you do now?
Everywhere.
Because there's not the traffic that there was.
Well, it's coming back. The traffic is almost all the way back, but definitely there wasn't, you know, the traffic 2 months ago. So,
Yeah.
But it wasn't so much about the traffic. It was just that I wasn't getting on a subway. I wasn't getting in a car. I wasn't, you know, if I wanted to get anywhere, it was like a seat or a bike. And I had an old bike, and my kids had 2 bikes, and we're like, I guess we'll just try and scrape the rust off of these and like take them, you know.
And you're still with us. That's good.
But it's like it shrinks New York for you. Like biking's amazing. I'm loving it. It's really fun.
Oh, yeah.
Like, you're like, it's like, why didn't we ever go to that place? It was only 4 blocks further than we ever walked, you know? But you just like, you realize how, you know,
So you mostly ride in Brooklyn then? I mean, that's your where you are. You don't like ride across the Brooklyn Bridge.
I did ride to the city one night. I actually talked about it on Dave's show, like about like the time that I got to go on live with my body and my face that time.
Well,
because remember how many and I talked about how amazing that was, because it was just like, that was when nothing was happening in the city. It was just empty. I think it's like, really, but I take the subway to the city a couple of weeks ago, and it was like, not bad in Brooklyn. It was like everyone pretty much sort of had a mask on. It was like kind of half on, some on the chin. Like everyone kind of had one. And then, you know, and there was enough space. And then as soon as, and then I got my hair did in the city. And then on my way back to Brooklyn, it was like, I was in the West Village. You've been there, Dave, Damien West, where I get my hair did done.
Oh, it's right, it's right around the corner from my house. Yeah.
Yeah. It's amazing. That neighborhood is out of control. It was like people like walking into me, and like, it's, you know, totally like no one's fault, but like, you know, we're just talking about the homeless, like your wife's homeless shelter. Like, it's like there's a woman in Prospect Park who wrote a whole epistle. It's like amazing about her experience being homeless and why she's just staying on the street instead of staying in a shelter, because it's so unsafe for her in the shelter.
Oh,
like the shelters are so unsafe.
Yeah.
And so,
well, there's
there's homeless people on the streets everywhere, and they're like walking into you, and no one's wearing clothes or shirts or masks or anything, and like, you know, it seems really like
this is in the West Village.
This is like in the West Village, like it's just like in the West Forest stop, like going back to Brooklyn. I was
so
like,
Dave, you're not allowed to complain about Ohio being in Ohio instead of the West Village anymore. I'm sorry.
No, I'm not real. I mean, I would complain no matter where but no, that's my neighborhood. I mean, in New York.
But to be honest, like, I mean, that's just like a little, like, it's just like, it just seems like a little, I mean, it's just like sad, and also seems a little scary and upsetting, but also, you know, there's like not really like what is the alternative? Like these people aren't, you know, no one's trying to like, you know, to
give them someplace.
But it's just like, it's very like when you're sitting there in the subway, you're basically like, well, I mean, how thick is my mask? It doesn't even matter now, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So you make it back, and then you wait your 2 weeks, just like you used to when you had like unprotected sex. You'd wait 3 months and like see if you made it, you know?
Well, my wife tells me that one good thing that's come of all the many phone meetings that she has with the CDC and with the local health district and with the county and the city. She does these things 2-3 days a week, and each time they have updates. And according to her, you know, according to these meetings, they're finding that if you pass someone on the street and you're with them for a second, and even if you have, close contact with them, you're not terribly likely to get it because of the droplet count. Do you know about droplet count, Dave?
Yeah, you need like a lot of droplets.
So is it more about like how much exposure? Like if you have like keep doing droplets, if you had like
it's sort of like
if
you spend 15 minutes talking to somebody close
at a Smash Mouth concert.
At a Smash Mouth concert, you're dead.
Smashing your mouth on someone.
Oof.
If you're at a Smash Mouth concert,
did you talk about that earlier, Dave? Because I just saw some mention of Smash Mouth and that other band that played the gig out on Long Island, and I didn't know. Did Smash Mouth in fact?
No. Smash Mouth played at Sturgis, the idiot convention going on right now.
Yeah, that's a shame.
And that's not a knock on bikers. That's just the people going this year. But the lineup, let me pull it up because it's bikers. Really something. The Sturgis band.
You're out there, Sturgis. How far are you from the Sturgis area?
A long way, because most people don't know this.
And my Idaho geography.
Yeah, I'm not calling you out in a negative way, Des, but you have no fucking idea. Idaho is actually west of Montana.
Right. I knew that.
It's between Oregon and Montana, and then you've got, because Sturgis is in what? The Dakotas. South Dakota, right?
South, I believe.
Yeah. So
you're near Spokane, right?
Pretty close. Boise is about it's a good drive.
What is going on in Spokane? Because I have two cousins who moved there, and they were like pretty like normal Democrats, and now they're like super conspiracy theorists to the point that like they are going to vote for Trump just because they feel like it's a safer bet because of all the conspiracy stuff.
I can't.
They were okay when they were in Colorado, and then they moved to Spokane, and they're like off the charts now. I don't know what happened.
Wow, they seem like they need an intervention.
Oh my God! Please go help them.
What
it's out of control.
What did you find, David?
Well, I'm having trouble locating the Smash Mouth concert, which is really bothering me.
Mm-hmm.
It's not the worst thing that happened.
But Lita Ford played. I wouldn't expect that from Lita. Trapped played. Not shocking. Puddle of Mud, of Fozzy, of course. Night Ranger.
Wow.
Buck Cherry, Saliva, Great White. 30. I'm skipping some bands, but 38 Special, Jackal, of course, and some others. But go figure.
That's a list. That's quite a list.
Imagine if you died. I mean, someone's already said this because of Smash Mouth, but if you die, you went to see Jackal.
Because you went to see Jackal. Yeah.
Oh man, the last show I saw was Jackal, and then I died because I
went to Night Ranger, and that was it.
The Night Ranger doesn't even have the original. Jeff Watson's not even in the band. Sorry,
Yeah, I'm sorry too.
I hate to break it to you, it's not the original lineup. If you're gonna die, you better be seeing the original lineup of the very bad band Night Ranger.
I've got nothing to say.
Is that like Knight Rider at all?
What's that?
Totally different.
It's nothing like Knight Rider.
Is that like Knight Rider?
That's different.
That's a whole different thing.
No, I mean I like a couple
Night. That's like the only thing I have a connection to in my childhood. You talked about the rivers, like the band Styx, and I'm like, well, there's the River Styx, which like means that like that's a Satan band. That was like my childhood. So.
Wait, no, River Styx. That's from the Bible.
Well, it's actually
that's all I was given, unfortunately.
Wait, it's what?
It's the river that runs through Hades.
Oh,
Hades takes you to hell.
Mm-hmm.
And so everyone was like talking about Styx, and I was like, oh my God, that's a Satan band. There are so many Satan bands,
If you're
everything
you're doing it right.
Like classical music was a satanic band for me.
Oh, I was having a great conversation with my friend Dave, who was talking about the letters that you wrote initially to the black metal god. What's his name? Your friend?
Satan.
Yeah, and you wrote all those letters to him, and he was just admiring that he wrote back and said, sometimes you can be a little too black, Dave.
That's my way.
You're a little too black.
That's
your metal is blacker than maybe it should be.
I can't help it.
Yeah,
I have one setting.
There are none blacker.
It's true.
So I'm gonna keep painting this picture in Brooklyn. So I went out to dinner tonight at Greenwood Park. It's like they already had it set. Like they were already outside. That's all they do. They only are summer. They're a beer garden, so it's already outside. They already hate kids. They already make you leave by 7, and you try to hide your children.
So kid hating is a thing.
All the boxes.
It's a good thing. Anyway, go on. Sorry, I interrupted. Please forgive me.
So what's that game? That stupid frat game where you have a board, like some beanbag of and you throw it and try and get it in the hole.
Quarters?
That.
Oh, cornhole.
No, but cornhole, is that it?
Oh yeah, people love that.
That means something entirely different in Boise, by the way.
You throw the beanbag.
You're doing it right.
So you throw the beanbag far across and then try and get it to the hole.
Yeah.
Frat guys are
no,
playing that.
That sounds a little bit like the Idaho cornhole.
Yeah. There is a bit of overlap, Curtis.
Yeah, there seems to be some.
I'm sorry.
This cornhole game. This glory cornhole.
Oh, it's no game.
Did you say glory hole?
Oh my God!
What's going on here?
Have you seen the glory hole poster for New York? Please be safe during COVID. Please use a glory hole.
They're literally telling you to use a glory hole?
70s gay porn. How are you even going to know what that is?
Wow.
There's an actual poster that's please use a glory hole.
Wait,
I'm pretty sure that the mayor didn't get that made. I'm pretty sure that that's not specifically made by the city of New York. I bet that's more of a...
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Really?
Yes, it is.
Wow.
Glory hole, COVID, glory hole. Wait, so they don't call it a glory hole.
Yes, they do.
COVID.
I thought maybe unless it was
I gotta get back to town.
Maybe it was a mock-up fake news thing, but it was no, it was real. It was NYC.gov. Glory holes are safe.
Oh, there it is. New York City recommends glory holes.
Huh.
I love it.
I'll have to try that.
New York City. But then, where have all the glory holes gone?
Well, exactly. It's let me just get a piece of cardboard. Let me whip one up with this piece of plexiglass I had laying around.
Where have all the glory holes gone?
And also, who knows what that is unless you're hip to the gay scene? We're all down, but what? Who? Are people just Googling glory hole? And they're I'll do that. What's that again? And then they're oh, let me just get some plywood, quickly drill a hole. Come here, go on Tinder, be I've got a glory hole. I'm on
plywood.
Yeah,
I think drilling through plywood would create splinters that really you don't want to be. You want to.
Oh,
maybe line it with a little a piece of a rubber or something.
You can't do that. No,
this is not. I didn't realize I was going to be talking about the construction of glory holes tonight. I would have done a little bit more research.
Me either.
A wide ranging show.
I was trying to talk about that. I was trying to talk about that dumb game, and then somehow
corn. What is it?
A glory hole. I feel like you guys pushed me to that point.
Cornhole. Yeah, you did. You said glory cornhole.
A lot of pushing. So Turd Farmer 101 says you put tape around it, and I think that's right. I think you duct tape around it. I think that's how you do it.
What doesn't duct tape do? You know what I mean?
Exactly right.
Fucking everything.
What doesn't duct tape do?
So yeah. So I was can you please get out the game, the glory hole game for my kids, so I could have my drink and in silence, and they were like, no physical activity during COVID. And I was like, why? And then my kids are like, hey, excuse us. So, we see here that it says ping pong night on Mondays. They're like, no ping pong during COVID. It's like, but these are like perfectly like socially distant games. That would be great. I don't get it. So
no, because people are getting they don't want you getting. I don't think you should fight this. I think just focus on the glory holes. That's my advice.
It's sort of a competitive sport, glory holing.
What if I started a business like get your glory hole here, like maybe like I just like got a drill and like
Cool.
It's like what's your size, and then like got everyone's like I could be like custom size, like for your cock, like your size.
No, they
Hello. I'm sorry. I got.
But people would love that, right?
Yeah, but there's just ones. You don't need. I mean, I think
One
you
size
go
fits
in.
all.
You just make sure you're not running into.
Like you could charge more for custom, maybe. Just like I'm thinking about money. I'm trying to make money here.
Clearly.
Unemployed.
We are literally out of time. I hate to go. I'm actually thrilled to go out on this.
Cornhole and good night.
Let's if we can change. Thank you so much, Carrie.
Oh my gosh, thank you guys so much. It's so
Nice to talk to you, Carrie. Good luck with the cornholing.
So good to hear you guys again.
All right, call in next week with a glory hole update.
Something glorious for sure.
Madam Luke says her new health venture is Glory Holistics. I like that.
Nice.
There you are.
All right.
Glory, hallelujah.
Everyone, if I may change gears wildly, may I encourage you to go to interfaithsanctuary.org. That's the address.
It is interfaithsanctuary.org. And right there on the homepage is a big button.
Great organization.
Donate. It is a great place, and you will take care of people who are just trying to stay alive and trying to take care of themselves and trying to turn their lives around. And And thanks for doing that, David. I really appreciate it.
And everyone get Curtis's new album, Gentlemen.
Yeah. Ooh, that's a
getting the plugs in there.
That was a great idea.
And pre-order the new Painted Doll album out September 25th, purple vinyl, CD, and whatever other formats out there today. And if you want to support this show, go to MaximumFun.org/join and support us over there. That would be great. We'd be super grateful. So we can keep doing this show. And I don't have to go become a glory holist. Not that I'm fighting it.
I mean,
hard edit out.
It's a living. Yeah, hard edit.
No pun intended.
Never seen one of
those.
No
pun intended.
None whatsoever.
All right. Thank you guys for listening, watching, and we'll see you next week. Stay safe, everyone. Stay hydrated.
Bye, Dave.
Good night, everyone.
Thank you, Des.
Yep.
And thank you, Chris, wherever you are.
Bye, Chris. I missed Gersbeck.
That bastard.